adaptability equals survivability, which equals sustainability. The numbers have always reinforced that the longer you are able to stay in business during certain milestones, the higher the percentage you will be successful in business. Have you ever wondered about the science of people? The ins and outs, the nuances, the traits and motivational factors. There's an art to motivating great people. Truth, Lies, and Workplace Culture is brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals. Join the husband and wife team, Al and Leanne Elliott, as they dispel myths, impart wisdom, and answer all your questions about finding, keeping, and motivating great people. They navigate topics like healthiest workplaces, how to build a killer employer brand, and navigating burnout. Listen to Truth, Lies, and Workplace Culture wherever you get your podcasts. There shouldn't be any surprise that longevity of a business existence runs parallel with growth and success of that business. But most emerging brands need to always think long-term and work backwards to reverse engineer their approach for the short term. Now, things like passion, obsession, immediate action, drive, trust me, they're all great and necessary intangibles to get your business off the ground and achieve liftoff. But certainly, charting out a path to the moon and beyond, far before the rocketship is funded and built, is also part of the process, especially if you want to break through the atmosphere in a mighty way. Ask yourself, what's your 5-year plan? What's your 3-year plan? What's your 12-month plan? What's your 90-day sprint? If your reaction to those questions, well, I don't want to think that far in advance. I live in the now. I live in the present. That's good when you don't have to worry about any bills and have the privilege, the luxury, and the ability to do whatever you want, whenever you want, and don't have to worry about any repercussions, at least from a financial perspective or standpoint. But for most people who are running a business, who are starting a business, who are trying to scale a business, these questions are essential to have some type of clarity, some type of perspective and understanding. Otherwise, you're moving around with no North Star, which means you're probably burning money, burning energy, burning resources, burning time, and ultimately wasting all of those resources in some capacity, impacting when, where, and how you get to your goals.
What's up, digital world? You're listening to the I Digress audio experience with Troy Sandidge. Social media, marketing, storytelling, business, culture, and more. Coming to you in 3, 2, 1.
Now I'm going to keep it real with you. How much profit do you keep within the revenue you generate? And how much do you need by year's end? How much do you need by 3 years in, 5 years in? What's your roadmap to generate those funds? And is your total available market in consistent demand of what you provide for that length of time? An idea, a problem, a solution, a new product, all great things to ignite the building process. But building with a fully scoped out blueprint will work more in your favor from a realistic timelines, expenses, progressions, milestones, and protocols-based perspective on what happens both reactive and proactive. So I'm guessing the question really is, among the things you are consuming to air quotes motivate and inspire you, or new tech stack and AI integrations you want to use and explore, are you doing the necessary growth planning for maximizing sustainability and scalability based on where you are and ultimately where you want to go? Again, if you can't answer these questions, if you don't even know where to start, if you don't have any inkling of an answer, get back in the lab. Hire someone if you have to and figure it out. Once you reach a certain point in your business, you can't run solo, blind, or 100% manual. You need to establish systems and protocols with teams and more. You don't get brownie points for exerting 75% of your day 365 and growing your business, because those who are won't last long. You can't build a 7, 8, 9-figure business using 3 to 5-figure tactics. It's time to level up your mindset and your business ops. Cue this as your wake-up call to hold you accountable, to shake things up a bit and put things in perspective. 95% of the time, it's not that you don't have the heart or the energy or the passion or the ideas or even the discipline. It's the fact you didn't put the strategy together to align to the goals at the time at which you want to reach them for your business in the first place. I talk about how you need a plan. You need strategy. You need systems and processes. You need all these things intertwined together with a good tech stack, with a good team, with a good product or service or deliverable to a demanding market that consistently want what you have. And what you have solves a big enough problem that people will pay big dollars to relieve themselves of that pain so they can now have joy and alleviation from that pain. And with all of that being said, one thing has to be stressed, one thing has to be expressed, and one thing has to be told to you in this moment. And it's very simple. Y'all know I love me some sport analogies. So here's a very simple one for you. Big time players make big time plays. In big time moments that drive big time results. Now sometimes you just have to trust that you are that person. As we say now these days, you are them. She is her. He is him. They are them. The one that delivers. The one that comes through in the clutch. The one that problem solves tough situations. The one that looks conflict in the eyes and says, "Not today, baby," and proceeds to resolve it. Whatever your zone of genius is, be confident in it. Trust your confidence and embrace it. And with all that being said, you combine all of that. A big time player making big time plays in big time moments that drives big time results with a plan from a coach that's built to design for you to win. You're going to get these championships all day and become a dynasty by Tuesday and be a Hall of Famer by Thursday. All about how you look at it, but it's also how you use the tools and work it. Let this be a moment of reminder to you. Yes, you need all these things to be successful. But you are still the heart of it. Not to sound conflicting. No, passion alone isn't enough. But passion is what's going to keep you going through those hard days, those early days, those slow days, the days when things turn upside down, when things flip, when things don't look good, when you ride a high in April and shot down in May type of situation. No better example than the pandemic. Now, we're coming out of that. There's still repercussions and things lingering from those days. As the rise of AI and machine learning is coming about, we have all these nuances of challenges and changes. We have 5 generations in the workplace. We have a lot of things that was working, aren't working. Platforms changing. Algorithms are shifting. People are migrating off platforms. They're going back to their roots. Guerrilla marketing is alive and well, and so is email, newsletters, phone calls. People are going out again. They're going to events again. We're traveling all over the world again. All these different things are happening in harmony. People demand more. They expect more. They want more purpose-driven, proven business organizations with the right culture, the right mission, the right value, the right visions that align with theirs. There's so much more demand. There's a higher standard. There's bigger perspectives. And there's bigger dogs out here right now. It ain't that easy to get that first million. It ain't that easy to get that first 10 million. It ain't that easy to go from one business person to 5 to 10 to 20 to 100. Things are shifting in so many ways. Yet at the same time, people are making millions of dollars just from an iPhone and pressing record and saying what they feel. Some have high-tech visualization output of content. Other people are making videos from the bathroom sink, getting rich. There's so many things to consider with how you start a business, where you start your business, how you adjust and pivot your business, how you position your business, and everything in between. So what do we do? Where do we go? I just saw a webinar. I just went to a recent event and everything was AI, machine learning, GPT-4, Chat-GPT, the rise of the machines and the decline of the freelancer. Then on the other side, you got people saying, we're going back to the old time way, print, or we're going double down on digital. Or we're not doing digital ads anymore. Or we're not being on Instagram no more. Or Facebook. Or TikTok. Or Twitter. We're going on LinkedIn now. We're doubling down on LinkedIn. Now we're doubling down on YouTube again. We're going to YouTube Shorts. Or Instagram Reels. And all the other platforms that come and go, then rise and don't, and come back. Reel, Clubhouse, thing, not a thing. What do we think? What do we believe? What do we know? And then all the thought leaders give their thought leadership. They give their predictions. Everyone writes books on certain things that's outdated. The next second, something else comes out. This happens over here. This happens over there. We got trends. We got different audiences. We got different demands. We got different expectations. All of these things are moving at the speed of light. And you're supposed to sit here as a business owner and interpret all of that and know which decision to make for your marketing, what to say for your sales process. You may not even know where to put your website these days, let alone where do I find good talent? What's the qualifications for talent that I hire? Where do I go from here? Where do I go from there? Let me just take a second and hit pause. That's probably how many of you think and feel at the late nights, in the early mornings. Stress. Where is that next round of funding coming from? If SVB's Silicon Valley Bank whole debacle has taught emerging brands, startups, existing brands, legacy brands, and those who are still with an idea of trying to drive things to go to market, anything. Community is at the center of it, no matter what. Community is recession-proof, community is platform-proof, and community is financial bank disaster-proof. Because community is rooted in human emotion and connectivity. And anytime your business, your marketing, your sales messaging, your positioning, your pure existence, and your purpose aligns with someone's heart, and you multiply that alignment X amount of times and quantify that to X amount of dollars, you will forever be in business and stay in business and grow and scale. It's time to get out of spreadsheets. With HubSpot's CRM, get real-time data at your fingertips so your teams stay in sync across the customer journey. Track your contacts, track your customers, and send personalized emails in bulk. And get the context you need to create amazing experiences for your teams and your customers at scale, all from one powerful platform. It's why more than 150,000 companies already use HubSpot's CRM to run their businesses better. Plus, HubSpot's user-friendly interface sets you up for success from day one. Out of the box, you're ready to go. So you can spend less time managing software and more time on what matters, your customers. There is no better time to get organized than right now. Get started for free at HubSpot.com. So I know I said a lot. There's a lot of noise. But if that means anything to you, take a deep breath and think about your why. Not just your why for the money you're trying to make, but your why for the impact you're trying to make through your business to that particular specific community of individuals. Those same community of individuals are the very individuals who are going to empower you, encourage you, inspire you, go to bat for you, send referrals for you, send you investments, send you funding, continue to buy your product or your service. No matter what. Again, if the solution that you provide, the product that you offer, the deliverable that you have is relevant to them, aligns with them, and connects to their heart, that's the X factor that no ad, that no analytics, that no SIP series of engagements can just explicitly tell you. You have to look deep and know that you have the heart of the X factor. Always think of your community as Chemical X is to The Powerpuff Girls. Sugar and spice and everything nice. But then Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, which was Chemical X. In the same way, don't forget, at the end of the day, everything that you present to the world, that you do for the world, to ultimately provide for financial gain and sustainability for yourself, is rooted in Chemical X, or the X factor being the community that you serve. And as long as that community is connected to you and believes in you, trusts in you, and find value in you to therefore buy from you or be a referral, an extended marketer, an extended salesperson on your behalf to sustain you, no matter if all the platforms, no matter if all the different ways that we communicate in mediums go away, humans will always find a way to refer you, to stay connected to you, and drive business to you. And that's the truth. I've used this example in my book, Strategize Up. I've used this example on various stages. I've used this example on many times on this podcast. If a nonprofit who, because of financial standings, or because of a pandemic shutdown, or because of lack of resources, can find a way to survive, simply because people are going out of their way to make sure they survive, to do their good work, to continue to make their good impact with what little means they have to give, and enough people gave for them to be sustainable, how much more do you believe in the power of community can do for your business if you take that same approach, embrace that same level of impact, and make sure that you have that same level of connectivity to the people that you serve? The challenge is not that your product or service can align with that. The challenge is ensuring that no matter how big you get and how far you go, or how much money you make, or how powerful you think you are, or how safe you think you are, as we've learned time and time and time again, from recessions to a pandemic and everything in between, from all around the world, things can change in a moment, in a blink of an eye, in a snap, in one day. And who are the people who are going to be there if things fall apart to help you get back up and get back on your feet? It's that same community that's been there. Don't discredit them. Don't forget about them. Always keep them at the forefront. Keep them at the heart of your decisions. Keep you honest. Keep you accountable. Keep them informed and make sure you're transparent with them. Honesty is really the best policy. If you do right by your community will always do right by you. And so, no matter what stage you are in your business, no matter what phase you are, whether you're high or you're low, or you just started and getting off the ground, or you're just an idea you don't know where to go, it all starts with community. Community is the foundation, that inspiration, that financial sustainability, that investments and scalability comes from, and is built on, and is driven on, that is propelled, accelerated, and personified by. Don't ever take for granted or think less of the power that is within community. And as long as you make that your forefront in everything that you do, even if you may not have all the answers or the resources or the time or the people or the knowledge or the skill, community can help fill in the gaps for everything that you need if you know how to embrace and use your community properly. You might just have a little patience, gonna need a little faith, a little help, a little support, learn how to network a little bit, know how to ask for help a little bit, communicate efficiently and effectively. And amazingly, even with all those things, that same community or that growing community can help you do that. Bring in some mentors, hire a coach, hire strategists, get on some advisory boards, serve the community in other areas, show up to events, join various groups. There's so many ways to be a part of a community as you're building your own community. There's a sub-series of communities and networks and all these different things that if you just think about it, things can happen in dynamic ways. Most marketers know about the 5 P's of marketing, which are product, price, promotion, place, and people. They're all key marketing elements used to position a business strategically and differentiate it from competitors. In my book, Strategize Up, I talk about the 5 C's to generate sales. Now, if we hold on to the emphasis I talked about within community, and you embrace these 5 C's, sales will ultimately follow. Consideration. Consider your followers, their feelings and interests. Consider your audience, their feelings and interests. Communication. Use empathy and active listening to specific chats and conversations to understand what their needs are. It's not just about broadcasting. It's always about listening. Connection. Connect heart to heart. Connection is the key to the heart of every member of your community. And within those 5 C's, I've talked about it this whole episode. No surprise here. Community. You must band together with your community. It's not about an I. It's a we. It's an us. We're in this together. Everyone wants to be a part of a mission. Your business that you're creating, your purpose that you're pushing is a mission people want to get behind. So speak loud, say it proud, and make sure people know how they can support your mission. And ultimately, after taking things into consideration, making the connection, and building the community, you must do this consistently. Consistency is key to everything. Regularly improving on everything that you're doing, from the 5 C's to the 5 P's, even to my 4 E's, exclusivity, experience, engagement, and emotion, are all big things to do, to embrace and level up in, to maintain your momentum as you're building your business. The truth and the reality is this: no matter what is going on, the buzzwords, the trends, the platforms, the machines, the tech stack, all the things, community, at the end of the day, and twice on Sunday, is what's going to make your business drive forward to levels of success you have never been before. And that same community is what's going to be there if at any point, because there will come a point, that things drop. It's not over, because it's all about the businesses that last. Every business is going to have a high, it's going to have a low. And every business that's going to have a low will ultimately eventually have a high. The odds always say the longer you're in business, the higher your chances of being a successful business. And the core and the parallel and the intersection between all of that is community.
And that's a wrap. We hope you enjoyed this episode of I Digress. What was your takeaway? Care to share your thoughts and tag Troy on social media? You can find him on all platforms at Find Troy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review or comment for this episode from wherever you're listening. Looking for a marketing strategist to build the structure, strategies, and systems you need to get the success you want and the ROI you desire in your business? Book a discovery call to talk with Troy at findtroy.com. And as Troy's philosophy goes, imagination is the engine, content is the fuel, social media is the highway, marketing is the roadmap, sales is the destination, culture is the GPS. Thanks for listening.